Now, we're outside the Ballyfermot United Sports and Social Club here on Blackditch Road in Ballyfermot. Just a little bit of history about the club. In the 1950s, a strong street-based football league existed here in Ballyfermot. Mr. Arthur Roach, who was active in the Road League from 1959, suggested to others involved that they should form one club. As a result, Ballyfermot United Sports and Social Club was formed in 1962. Their only clubhouse at the time was a wooden hut built in the back garden of Mr. Roach's house on Colmore Avenue. The hut was used as a meeting place, a dressing room and a venue where the ladies played darts. In 1974, the premises of the Elephant Supermarket on Blackditch Road was purchased by the club, and on the 4th of June 1976, Ballyfermot United Sports and Social Club was officially opened by Taoiseach Mr. Liam Cosgrove. In 1986, the club was completely renovated and a new extension was opened on the 1st of May 1987 by President Patrick Hillary. The club has 3 bars, a function room, a lounge, a pool table, darts, television and a youth section. In the beginning, membership stood at over 1,000 with as many on the waiting list. Yeah, so we'll go inside now and we'll have a look around into the club. With Sarah Nolan, and she's the ex-manager of this beautiful club, and she's still involved with the club, and she has been for years and years, and she's very kindly come in today to give us the history, I suppose, from the beginning, Sarah. And I don't know what year to start with you, because we know the club opened in 1976, and we know it's closing, unfortunately, in June this year, 2019. And you must have a battle full of memories in there from everything.
Oh, I do indeed.
If you can kind of run us in from the start, maybe before the club started, because your dad was involved with the football.
Yes, Daddy.
Arthur Roach.
Yeah.
He's in a football family, and you know lots of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right, well, I hope my memory is correct at this, but probably in 1960 it was started to be discussed. There used to be a football league called the Rhodes League, and members of different football teams. Daddy's team was Longview Rangers, and Joe Kelly's was Rossmore. Now, I don't know the Rangers or the United, and I might have these mixed up, but there was Rossmore, Kylemore. All of these groups got together, and all like-minded men, and they were all just normal working men that wanted to keep the kids off the road. That basically was their aim, because there was very little in Ballyfermot at that stage. And I know they started talking, but in 1962 a football club was started, and they went out and they won. I know it was the under-13s, because my brother played for them, and there's photographs at home. And they won practically everything that was to be won that year in their different sections. And as the years went by and people travelled more, people saw these marvellous social clubs in England, and there wasn't really many in Ireland. And they had this passion, I would say, because that's the only way the best word I can use to describe it. The passion, like there was 2 tailors, there was a plumber, there was all different walks of life, and they got together. And I'd say from 1973 or so, 1974, they really got down to the nitty-gritty of forming the social club. And when the Elephant Supermarket closed and went on the market, I don't know figures, I can't give you them. They purchased it. They purchased it anyway for whatever it was, and we opened on the Friday the 4th of June in 1976.
Wow, that's 43 years ago, Sarah.
Just 43 years, yeah.
Oh God, that's amazing. Real family place, Sarah. It's a place where you can come to and feel comfort, and everyone knows each other, and we're all protected. It's just a magic place. Someone would say that a lot of love stories began in the club.
Oh, there was very few, yes, yeah.
I'm sure you'll have lots of memories of that.
Well, I'm not going to tell the names because they might be embarrassed by it, but yeah, there was quite a few couples.
We're just jumping forward now, we're into 2008, and I know you have lots of memories, and God, you could tell us stories all day long. And your dad was a great he was one of the main men for starting this club as well with the football, wasn't he, in the early
He
years?
was, yeah, with Arthur Roach and Joe Kelly. Arthur was the secretary of the club, and there was actually, the meetings used to be in his shed on Kymore Avenue, and there was actually a ladies' dart team that played from there, which was, you can just imagine now.
Is that where it started?
That's where it started, yeah. And that was one of the recognised sections of the original, yeah.
Of course, we all know that the ladies say Lily Jackson was.
Lily Jackson was a scream. Yeah. Greta O'Connor, Annie Craig. No, Annie Craig is still with us. Unfortunately, she's in hospital at the moment, but she comes here every Friday morning and every Monday night.
Right. So, as we're going through it, I know we had loads of, loads of guest artists here over the year, people that would be very famous, like Finbar Fury, and you had Joe Dolan. Tell me about Joe Dolan the night he came.
Oh, Joe Dolan, oh my God, they were queued outside, and the place was packed. That was a brilliant night. Dickie Rock was here, Tony Christie. Tony Christie, yeah, showed me the way to Amarillo, yeah, he was here. Through the years, like, you know, between...
It's had George Best as well, I believe.
George Best and Dennis Law was here during the question and answer, Niall Quinn, Paul McGrath. We had, you know, I can't remember them all, just
and
off.
Had a couple of presidents as well here, opened it up and closing down.
We did, yeah. The opening of the club in '76 was done by the Taoiseach then, Liam Cosgrave. And the new section was opened in 1987 by President Hillary. Yeah, and he was lovely. And with many other people, like Jim Mitchell and Gay Mitchell were here regularly. And remember, we had Brian Lennon in here. I think he might have been the Minister for Sport at the time.
Yeah.
And we were looking for the few bob for the pitch. On Friday morning, we were Friday Club, the Senior Citizens Committee. I've always looked after, and from day one there was a senior citizens section, and we just have a game of bingo and a cup of tea and a sandwich, and try to get talking to as many people, and to sit if you could help them with farms and things like that. The last waltz will be done in the Ballyfermot United dance floor.
Oh my God, that'd be...
I'll do a few tears yet, definitely, but as I said, life goes on. We'll have our last seniors party. We normally would do it in June and July, and we'll have it in May, so that we get it done. That they won't miss out on that.
That'd be great. Thank you so much, Sarah. We'll be meeting you again before you close, and we'll be filming the last night for this.
Yeah, thanks very much for your time.
We're sitting here in Ballyfermot Club on Blackditch Road, and we have a man with us here, Skinny Anthony Howell. And he's going to tell us a little bit of history about his football career with Ballyfermot Sports and Social Club. And we're going to do a little bit of reminiscing because, you know, the club is going to be closing now I think it's in June.
Early June.
In early June it's going to be closing. And for the information we have so far, we were told that the club opened in 1976. And you joined, you can tell us about yourself, Anthony.
I would have joined when I was 11. And that would be now, I'm 54 now. The first manager I played with would have been Paddy Bruton. And we progressed up to, I think Paddy was there up till we were under 17s.
Oh.
And then Peter Jarvis took over and we went into youth football, which we played in the 18A. We won the referee's shield that stage, and we had then employed a manager to run the first team, Mick Cook. And we were, I think, in the second division of the Leinster Senior, the intermediate Leinster Senior League. And he would come and watch our games of a Sunday morning when we were playing the school, which would still be classed as schoolboy level, but some would call it youth level.
Now, when you were playing, sorry, you tell me, you're with Ballyfermot. You're with Ballyfermot United here. What year are we in now? When you're playing at that age, what year would that be? Can you remember?
The club was here when I came. We hadn't got the facility inside, and we hadn't got the the dressing room out the back. So you're talking 44 years ago. So what year are we talking then? So
Yeah, that's a long, long time ago.
yeah, that's 44 years ago.
Yeah. And how many years of your life have you put into this football with the World
44
Cup?
years.
44 years, that's
44
amazing,
years.
yeah. And you were telling me you retired just recently?
I retired I retired a few years ago, as I say, when I was 49.
Okay.
As I was told to retire by the kids.
Yeah, well, you have to go, fair play to you for playing for that long. You know, the news only filtered through here last year that the club was closing. And we're with the Ballyfermot Heritage Group here, you know that, and we're trying to record memories of people like yourself who was part of this beautiful establishment, you know, part of the club, part of Ballyfermot, because this club means so much for everybody, especially for the kids who play the football. I know the football is not being touched, am I right in saying that?
The football, to a big extent, I don't think it will be touched.
Yeah, they're safe, like.
It's going to have a knock-on effect that we just haven't got.
The
clubhouse.
Yeah, the social end of it's going to be
taken. It's the same
taken.
as everything else, as most people will agree. You have to have a meeting place.
Exactly.
Our meeting place is now gone.
Yeah, that's the heart of the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where, if you say, well, we're meeting, a team is playing at 12 o'clock, we meet at the club at 11.
Exactly.
We won't have the
that.
club to meet at 11. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Maybe we're going to have, we have our facility still up in the Colco, but we've kids teams that play on the lawn.
And they need facilities,
We need facilities. And you can't, like, we all know what goes on the lawn with syringes and different things like that.
Yeah.
But our aim, our long-term aim, is to have all the kids playing up on a private pitch.
Yeah.
Where we don't have to go over there.
Yeah, but as I was saying, like, still, when the club closes now in June, the football pavilion and that, all the dressing rooms, are still out there. They're not going to be touched.
That won't be touched out the back there.
Yeah, that's going to stay.
We
so the only thing is we're going to lose the club, as in here.
Club, but then you'll have two sides of the coin. If this is going to be a building site, can we have kids going out?
I know.
Out there.
Sure, you'd have to make a private entrance. I'm sure that'll be looked after by the builders.
Yeah,
and
it's going to have to be sorted that we can use that. Now, I think in the plans is that they're going to knock this first and try to build their club here, and then, work their way over.
Great, that'd be great if it worked like that.
If that's the way it works.
Yeah.
But we all know we're builders.
Yeah, but rumours is going around, and well, I'm just here to yap with you, not to put rumours around, but there's people saying to me on the street, I think when that club is, this social club is going to be knocked down for them apartments, that's the end of the football team. I said, I don't think so. No. I think Ballyfermot, it'll be here forever and ever.
The people that are involved within the committee of the football section won't allow that to happen.
No.
I know Shay Power is one of them. He'd be here since he was a kid, so he would be here from, as you say, the 1976.
Yeah.
And he's now the chairman here, and he won't allow that to happen. No. And my son is now the manager, the fourth team manager.
Okay. Yeah.
And he won't allow that to happen either.
Yeah.
Like, he's geared there.
Yeah, just looking back over the years, what's the best achievement you've seen here in your football career, or in the club's career with the football? You've had many visitors coming from across. Tell us a little bit about who come to see us.
The biggest achievement that we have had here, and the best we've ever done here, was when we won the Intermediate Cup. And I was on that winning team, and I was, as I say, played on the schoolboy team, plus I played on the senior team. So at 17, as a schoolboy, I won the Intermediate Cup.
Amazing.
Yeah. You don't have what you have now, where the kids, they don't want to play football anymore. They just hang on the PlayStations, this.
I know,
They don't want to play football. You can't get them to play one game, where we'd no money, we'd nothing.
I know, and that's all we had,
We wanted to go and play football.
Yeah, that come in.
I think we still have probably approximately 600 members.
Good few, yeah.
The unfortunate thing there is that you have members, but they don't frequent the place.
I know.
That's the problem.
They're just members
You know,
by name on the card,
exactly.
but they don't come in, they go elsewhere.
And they don't
Yeah.
frequent the place. If they frequented the place,
It wouldn't
this
be
place
closing.
wouldn't be closing.
Yeah, well, it has to close when
You
no
know.
one's coming, I suppose, and
You know.
times are changing.
And we've had
You know.
several meetings, you know, AGMs and EGMs, and trying to encourage them to come back and do this. I'd say here at an EGM here going back a few months ago. As I say, you have 600 members, you've probably 30 people sitting here.
I know, yeah.
So them 30 people decided for the other
I know.
570.
That are not here.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, please God, if they decide to build a new one, it'll open up and it'll be a great success. And please God, it'll have every success that this club had. And as I say, it's only a short interview, and we appreciate, Skinny, you sitting with us and giving us your time. So listen, thank you very much.
No bother. Thank you.
Back again, and this time we have one of the legends of Ballyfermot, the man himself, Stephen Barrett. Stephen, great to see you.
Great to see you, Joe.
How are you?
Well, grand as always, yeah, grand.
You're looking absolutely fabulous. I want you to tell us, you're a long time coming here, Stephen. Tell me from the start when you started coming to the club first.
Well, I came to the club, we started doing the gig in
Way back in the
7 years ago. Ray was only born, and about a few months after, 3 fellas locked in my hall door. I used to sing in my tunes, just getting up and
That's McCall's and Stony Better. That's right, yeah. You're coming back a bit there.
About a few months after, I was in a competition there, and I got second or something. And then 3 fellas knocked the door one Friday night, Thursday night, to see me, and I wasn't in, I was out, and then he came back Friday, and he said, would you like to front the band? I said, no, I'm just a hoolie singer, which I said, come down and give it a try. So we went down, and I joined them with them. We were in the park for a couple of years, and then I got word here, Anton Fighter rang me, said I would come in and do a Monday night here. So I was doing the Monday nights here, myself, Paddy Morden and Margie Brannigan. Margie's with me years, you know. And that's how it all came here.
So overall, how many years are you coming here?
Maybe about 45.
45?
Yeah, because I was in the park for a while, you know, man.
Must have seen lots of changes, Stephen, around over the years. Well, like when we look back at the times when
you were here a Saturday night, if you went, it was all families came here.
That's right, yeah.
They had all the seats over there. And I only met a woman there right a few years ago, and she said to me, they live in Cole Park, and they'd look out and say, I guess son's going up, this is at 7:15, going up, you better hurry up, you won't get a seat.
In the club, yeah.
7:30.
You had to be here early. It was gone.
And it was all families. And what was great then was, all the kids came in to see their mums and dads, they'd have a drink or two before they go off clubbing, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
And you'd have all the man. And it was great when you had to visit from England, I used to make them really welcome.
Oh, you sure did, I know that.
Go well, we went to make that night, you know, and they came back year after year from England. We had to go to the club, you know. Because I knew them all. I got to know them all the families and all that, you know.
Well, I tell you, you're a legend, Stephen, and you're known by everybody in this game. I know you since I was a kid myself. Well, I mean, I'm 65 myself this year.
Yeah.
And my family drank here, as you know.
I remember your dad.
And my mum, God bless her, yeah. But as you say, it was families, every table had a family at that table, a family at that table. And the sing-songs and the crack you used to have here was absolutely unbelievable. I remember lots of stories. You were on this Sunday night, of course, and my mother was 70 at the time, and we were to sneak my cousin home from Mara. You knew all my cousins and all. You knew everybody, because if Stephen Barrett was Stephen Barrett, everybody knew. You're the club. To me, you are the club. You're part of this club, big time. And my cousin in Lancaster, who's old now, and she still remembers Stephen Barrett. And that night you surprised my mother. You had her hiding behind the curtain.
Right, yeah.
I'd never forget it. But great memories over the years.
The families were great, you know.
Absolutely fabulous. And what's the story now when we hear it closing? It's sad, isn't it?
It's sad, you know, man.
What's going to happen in Salt?
And what happened was that when we were here and all, a new committee came in, a young committee, and they tried to say, well, we get rock bands in, we get bands in, you see.
Try and change,
That's what we would do, you know, man.
Yeah.
That's what we would do. We had the weekend. And they thought they were doing right to get a young crowd in and all that. It just failed. And the people left. A lot went to the Sheldon, a lot went here and there. And once you go, you won't come back.
No. I was asked to ask you to tell a certain story. Ken Larkin was it reminded me of a story you told me, something to do with Georgie Best, I think.
Ah, George.
Would you be able to tell us that story?
I tell you what, I went up to Georgie's funeral that morning in the Lashes of the Rhine.
Okay.
At 7:30, I got the 7:30 train, and before I got McBurney's, there was the bus stop there.
Yeah, on the quays,
down to Amy Street, I was drowned. I drowned a rat.
Yeah.
Got on the train, got train up, and my idea was just to get out of the station and watch the coffin go by, you see?
Yeah.
So anyway, I comes out of the station, and there's a lot of buses lined up going to Stormont. So I went over, and not like Newry you don't need English money, you know.
Yeah, you can say the
I
euro.
was over getting on the queuing the bus, getting on the bus, and your man said, "Oh, I can't take that." The bus driver said, "You can't take that." So he says, "I had to get off." So I got off, and I said, "I'll try the next bus." Oh, the next bus I was getting on, and the fella says, "I'm sorry, you can't take that." So this fella tipped me in the shoulder. Well, fast fella says, "Here, there, it's a pound up."
Yeah.
He says, "There's a pound." I said, "I can't get back there. Don't worry about it." I got the bus up. I didn't mind walking back, you know. So I was up to the funeral. We were out, we went in Storm, we were out in the grounds. Drowned we were. But we seen it coming in, and seen that. I was on screens. I came out of there then, I said, "No, getting back here." So I said, "I'll try it." I'm going back, so I'm going back, you see. And I goes into the, gives me the notice, the five I think it was, you know. And he gave me £4 back in change. Didn't look at the money, you know.
You just changed it,
£4, so the entrance fee to get a point.
Yeah, well, their money.
Yeah, so I went into the Crown, it's the famous pub in Belfast.
Yeah, yeah.
Across from the
hotel.
Europa.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was into the Crown, and they're getting there, gets a point there, and it was, this fella standing between me, was Janice. So I said to him, "Man, do you know anywhere I get change? You want to change me sailing, you know, I get sailing." He said, "Go up to the Europa Hotel, they'll change me." So I went over to Europa, and all the price was up and which it was not. I said to the girl, I says, "Could I change?" Oh, she says, "No, you must be a resident. I'm staying here, you know." And she didn't want to know. So I came back out, went back to your man, and I said to him, I said, "Jesus," said, "she wouldn't change it." But she says, "The post office around the corner." Went to the post office, got the change, came back to your man, and it was bedlam trying to get a drink. So I said to him, "Jesus," your man says, "Here, tell you what," he says, "Come on with me to the club around the corner," he says, "you know, man." I said, "Oh, jeez," he said, "Before we go up the stairs, the point will be on the counter." I said, "Where's that?" He said, "At the Audience Club around the corner." I said, "What?" He said, "The Audience Club." "Ah," I said, "I don't think so." I said, "I couldn't go to the toilet, I'd be afraid." "You're with me, I'll be bringing you in."
Yeah.
"Oh, no." He was insisting. I said, "I'll tell you what," I said, "say if I met you in O'Connell Street, like I met you today, and I said to you, come on round to Sinn Féin Club, you'll be alright with me."
Yeah.
Go round, he says, "I see your point," he said.
Yeah,
So he left and went off, you know what I mean? So I got the train home that night. I was on the club that night, I was on here that night. A few weeks ago, I go up and every year for his anniversary, 25th of November. I go up, you know. Now I've been to the house with Lolly, but only outside.
Yeah,
There's a plaque outside, you got the freedom of the Craigie estate,
Yeah.
and you got the plaque. And then the slab was over that and all the family. So anyway, we brought Lolly up, we got a few photos outside and all that. So I brought Robert up then, 25th of November gone, it fell on a Sunday. So I said to Robert, "I'm going to George." He says, "I'm driving up," he says, "I'm staying at the Premier Inn," he says. I said, "I like going on the train," so I was going to be on because Lolly was in hospital, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So with that, I goes up and I met him, he was staying. So we went up about 3:15 up to the grave. Up at the grave, you see the photographs, and with that he says to me, "Is Georgie's house far from here?" I said, "No, we'll drive down and have a look at it." And we just wanted to have a look at it. So we go down, and next we go down the gate, and there's the plaque. But look at the plaque, and the hall door opens. This big man comes out, he says, "Did you come up to see George's house?" I said, "No," it says, "I come up for the anniversary, come up every year." He says, "Give me 3 minutes," he said, "Michael Parkinson is just leaving."
Don't believe it.
He said, "He's just leaving now, him and his son."
Yeah.
So we walked, I said, "Sorry about that." We walked outside the gate, walked up a bit, and we're standing there. And next this big car pulls up, waiting to pick up Michael Parkinson. So Michael Parkinson comes out with his son, they got a photograph at the plaque and all, and it comes over. And we're standing at the car, and the man walks up, and he says, "Where are you going tonight?" He said, "I'm doing a book signing in the Titanic Hotel tonight, 7 o'clock. This is about 3 o'clock, 3:30. So my son says to him, "Is there tickets available for the book signing?" He says, "I'm sure there would be." He says, "Yeah, if you ring up," he says. So Robert said to him, "Could I get a photograph with my father with you?" He certainly took the photograph, and he went off with his son then. So we were walking away, and the man called, he says, "Come on down to the house," he says. brought us into the house, gave us a tour in the house, up to George's
Oh my
bedroom.
God, that must have been magic, yeah.
Everywhere. And we got loads of photographs. He said, take all the photos you want. So he brought us a European Cup. And then he said to me, oh, we were leaving. I said, thanks very much. I said, hold on, you're forgetting something. The visitors book. He says, your name will be next to Michael Parkinson.
Isn't that great?
And you'll see the photographs. I'll send the photographs to
Ken.
Isn't
that great?
And I'm underneath my Parkinson. So we left there, and I was getting the 7 o'clock train home. And Robert says, come on. I said, no, I'm not staying at the hotel, I'm going home. So with that, we could drove back into the hotel, because he had his wife and the baby with him, you know. And he says, you're not getting the train. He says, I'm at the booking 2 tickets for the book signing. I said, you're joking. He says, yeah. He says,
oh, great.
So he left the car, because he was driving. We got a taxi out to the Titanic Hotel. We walked in, it was jammed. You got a book when you walked in, there was the page, and when you got the book was signed, and we walked in, wasn't he on the stage? And he looks down and he says, I see you got a ticket, you know.
He
so
says you remembered you, yeah, great.
What a night.
So
you see all them photographs.
Fantastic, what a great story, yeah.
I still say I'm only a runner into Ballyfermot. I only came out here in 64. Yeah. You know, I lived in Fisborough.
Yeah, well, you're certainly not a runner in, Stephen.
And then I came out here in a gorgeous girl.
Yeah, Larry.
Fell in over. Married with football and family. Yeah. You know, the hardness.
Yeah, without.
Everyone knows a Mickey, Katie, Charlie.
Jesus,
you know,
she's known all over the place.
Know,
yeah.
And poor Lolly now was not well, so it's sad all the time now, but
yeah.
You know.
And I will tell the folks what you're doing tonight.
Oh, Monday night's great night here, you know, it's been going ages, you know, with the same crowd coming all the time. They come, there's people out there coming from the Knoll, you know the Knoll?
Yeah, that's way here. Out, yeah.
They come out here, from all over they're coming, you know, man. They love the crack is there, we start out with I sing a few songs, they send up the name for Lucky Singer, then they have a bingo, and then after the break, I mix the names, put all the girls in one box, fellas in another box, and then each singer picks out the next name.
Right.
So they all can sing one song, and then at the end of the night, the organ player takes out a lady's name that sang. She gets a tenner, and the fella gets a tenner, 2 tenors. And he keeps £100.
Yeah, wasn't it great for them that they all come together and they love the bit of crack and they get the bingo on the music every Monday night.
Yeah.
And what are they going to do now when it's gone?
God knows.
What are you going to do? You'll have more time in your hands now.
I'll have more time, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because your life is here, Stephen.
I tell you,
you live here.
When I started the singing, Sean, I remember I was working in Datsun, well, Britain's Portobello. Then Datsun took over. It was a great job, you know. And when I got to singing, I couldn't believe it. I said to Lolly, if we get a year out with this night, we're flying.
Yeah, how long ago was that, Jenny?
47 years ago.
My God, it's amazing.
My daughter's 47, she was only a few months old.
And you're still going strong.
I'm still going strong. Well,
strong.
Haven't found out yet.
You're the most liked man I know in Ballyfermot. You haven't got an enemy, Stephen.
Oh, well, I hope not.
No, you don't. Everybody knows you very well and they speak very highly of you. And it's been an honour speaking with you.
Well, it's an honour,
Stephen. It's been an honour on behalf of the Heritage Committee. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, Joe.
And we will be seeing you on the night of the closure, and Sean and Ken, and we'll do another bit of film. And this little interview will be precious, please, guys.
When I close my eyes, no matter how hard I try, there you are. When I close my eyes, sometimes I go down. Go down.
We are playing for the first 5 numbers on any panel. The first 5 numbers. And your first number out is 60, line 60. Thanks, Tony. 7 and 1, 71. All the threes, 33. 2 and 6, 26. The Ballyfermot bus, 7 and 9, 79. Callie's Eye, number 1.
I've tried. Choose me best.
79. Thanks, Dad, Tommy.
3 and 7, 37.
Are you away?
8 and 7, 87. So we have a check on 87.
His name is Tommy Bennett, and he's in Ballyfermot a long time. He's 76 years young, is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
You're very welcome, Tommy. You've come in to tell us some little stories about your life and about Ballyfermot and about the club.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be closing and that. And what's your feelings on that when you hear it's closing?
I feel very sad that it's closing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't drink anywhere else, only here.
Only here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel when it does close that I won't drink again. I won't bother. I don't drink around.
I know you do that play. You come in here. This is the kind of your home.
I just like this place because I feel very relaxed when I'm in it.
Yeah.
And I feel safe as well.
Good. And
the staff is great in it.
Yeah.
And have great crack in it.
Yeah. The club itself has great memories, hasn't it? It's a family club.
It
As you
is a
say,
family club.
you can come in here and you can feel safe. And to say that you won't go anywhere else, this is your home away from home.
This will be home away from home.
And it's like that for many families here in the area. And it has been for the last, 40 odd years, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nearly 50 years, 49 years since it opened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how long are you living in Crawford? Can you remember what year you moved in there?
Well, when the houses was built, I moved up into Crawford, in Crawford Green.
Yeah.
And I'd say it'd be nearly
30 years.
30 years.
I'd say it must be nearly 30 years since the open Crawford. Yeah. There's lovely people up there.
That is great.
Beautiful. And I see a lot of the Hersey people up there. That's where we're coming up with the Hersey, which we believe are a great Hersey, man.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your horses and what you call it, what you do. What's the proper name on it?
Well, it's called American Harness Racing.
Okay. In Ballyfermot?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, go on, tell us about that.
But in their club now, in that you're not allowed race on the road.
Good.
We have a track in Portmanic, and that goes on every Sunday, and that's where we race.
So he's got to Portmanic, yeah. Now, all the lads that I see going up and down through Ballyfermot, not only from Cherryard, from all over, you see them going into Smithfield on their little carts. Is that part of your what you run? That's not the same, no?
No, that's not the same.
No, because what you do is on a track.
We're not allowed to race on the road.
Okay.
Or else we're banned from the club.
Yeah. And what brought you over to Scotland with your racing? How did you get in there?
We went there's a lot of horses like travel.
Yeah.
From here over to, that's the biggest
race meeting
of the year.
And you go to that?
And we had horses good enough to win it.
And you've actually won it.
Yeah,
That's amazing, isn't it?
yeah. And we also raced in Cork.
Yes, yeah.
We raced in the north in Annickmore. And we raced all over.
Did you say you were in Skibbereen?
Skibbereen, yeah.
Yeah, as well.
Raced in Skibbereen, yeah. We raced in Skibbereen because Skibbereen was the longest race meeting. So we're 100 years of age.
Yeah,
race
Skibbereen. It's
in
going on so long. So it's an old Irish tradition that you're into.
An old Irish tradition.
And your family keeping that, your sons and children around you keep that going. Yeah.
Yeah, we do keep
And
that
do you take part yourself today
I
still?
used to, yeah.
Well, you
used
slow down a little bit now.
Yeah, slow down a little bit.
Well, I see you're still enjoying your point.
But I'm still enjoying a pint.
Thank you for your time.
Right?
God bless you. Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you.
Fair play to you. That to was say lovely. hello to the one and only Mr. Paddy Sweeney. Paddy, you're very welcome.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
My God, you go back many years with the club.
I do.
Yeah. And we know it's closing now in June.
Yeah.
God.
I was a labourer for the bricklayers, Domo and Brian Drum here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When they were building it from the elephants.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I played on the opening night.
Did you? That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. And there was Peter Hines, and I can't think of the band that was on. And it was a brilliant night. And what I always remember is it was a great venue for charity gigs.
Always.
You know what I mean? Everybody always stuck together. Ballyfermot always stuck together. And if you had a mishap on your only gig, and it was always the venue here.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
The
yeah.
place would be packed, Paddy.
You would, and you had the room as well. It's a big room.
Big room out the back as well we had. Yeah. But at the time we hadn't got the Millennium Room. But when you played here first, I would have been here with our family because it was all families, as you remember.
That's right, yeah.
And so what are we? 43 years of the club,
Yeah.
since 1976. And that was what you played on the opening night.
I played in the open night with I always remember I done the town hall so well.
Yeah.
And Peter Hines was on, and then there was a band on after, and I can't remember the band's name.
Yeah.
They were
That
brilliant.
was, so obviously that was 1976.
Yeah.
And then you go back a few years and you've been all around the world, Paddy. You played with the Ramblers and
And the Barleycorn,
the Barleycorns.
yeah.
And you were with the Paddies before that. Was that what it
Two
was?
Paddies,
Two
yeah.
Paddies before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And you're still going to singing around.
Still doing a little bit locally. I don't do much travelling anymore.
Yeah. And you've done an awful lot of work for charity here at Ballyfermot as well. And I know that, we all know that.
Well, it's
We
yeah.
appreciate that.
It's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Because you get enjoyment out. You know
Of
what I
course
mean?
you do. Some people used to say to me years ago when I got to know you, Paddy Forst, they used to say, he's like the Lord Mayor, he knows everyone. Oh, Lord, that's amazing. So, you're keeping well yourself.
I am.
We're getting older, as to say.
Exactly, yeah.
And we're out and on.
Yeah.
So, and when you just jumping from 1976 now, just jumping as I say this year, 2019, you've been in the club many, many times. You've been here with the Dublin City Ramblers many times, I believe.
And the Furies, yeah.
And the Furies, you
Yeah,
played with them here.
and then we have well, I know the Furies are locals, but the Bearmats, locals, there's lots of stuff went on
Yeah.
over the years. So anyone rang you up, say you're available, and no interest, say yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to. You never refuse to give, Paddy, you know that. But what's your feelings today as we sit in this place when we have so many memories? And Julie Mac, it's going to be gone.
That's pretty sad, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's about people's lives in here, isn't it? And it's friendships we made. And the music, of course. They brought great musicians
Yes,
here.
yeah,
All from all over Ballyfermot, from all over Ireland they came.
yeah.
Many
And what about
small
the other chap that played here all the time, Stephen
Stephen Barrett.
Barrett, yeah.
Yeah, we had
He brought great memories.
Oh, absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic. We had a great pleasure of interviewing with Steve.
Oh, you interviewed him, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. And, but it's great to have yourself here today. And so it's not a very long interview, and we're not cutting it just short just yet. But I just wanted to get the general basics about yourself and the club, and you had a great time. You met many people, you played many occasions, and as you were saying, it's going to be gone in a couple of months' time.
Yeah,
It's going to be gone. It's going to go to apartments.
That's, you hear different rumours that there's going to be a pub down underneath the apartments, so you don't
We don't really know what's
know.
going to happen yet.
But it is a shame that it's closed now, because it's a landmark.
Yeah, without.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, don't think, this man, Paddy Sweeney, who I was talking to, he's not, you're known as the daddy of all the kids in Ballyfermot. The music. You give everyone a chance when you're up singing and
Yeah,
you're doing your gigs. You always lift the young fellas up and get them in out.
that's right.
You've a great start in life, and you've done that for many, many hundreds of kids here in Ballyfermot. I know that.
But that's, that was passed on to me
Yeah.
by the Furies, and it was up to me to pass it on down. You sow a seed in somebody's head,
Yeah, yeah.
and you pass it all the way down.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And that's, there's a lot of
It's like a tradition, isn't it?
yeah.
Because you would have got it from your dad as well.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Well, he used to bring me up to the Furies house on the
Yeah.
Keenans,
And the kid is off.
and he used to bring me up with, I just got a seed one day, and it was done by Ted Fury and Nora Fury, mother and father of the Furies. Listen to them playing, and seed got into the head, so I started off at 15. And it just went up from there all the way.
Okay. And over the years, as you say, you're known everywhere, Paddy, fair play to you. But the other part about you, you're a true gentleman as well. And any time we've ever asked you to do it, you've always obliged over the years.
Yeah.
But where did you get the name The Screamer from? People do ask me, where did you get the name? Now, I know the story, but I want the people out there to know. Where did you get the nickname The Screamer?
Well, my man used to send me down the road to look for my dad to get the wages.
Yeah, he'd be in the house or drinking.
He'd be, but you didn't know which bit was it, because.
Yeah.
So we used to sit before this house were built across the road from in front of Downey's.
Yeah.
We used to sit on a mound of grass or whatever, and I'd listen. Then I could hear him singing, and I knew which pub he was in. So I go in to my mum once, yeah, and so it was Kenny Ford that christened him The Screamer.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, so because he said you could hear him everywhere when he was singing. But when he died, I walked into the pub one day and Kenny Ford says, "Here's Screamer Junior." Yeah, because same thing, yeah.
That's where So, folks, now Paddy, you're going to do a little bit of music for us to play us out on this little bit of the interview, yeah?
Right, Ken Lark was asking about a song earlier on, and to be honest with you, they hadn't met Ken, so we have it. I have come dark to me. I recall how I became the most stranger there down here at home. Now the leafy flows along, and I listen for the song, till the voice of young James Larkin seems to echo in my ears, but it's just the rocker's ring to its requiem might say farewell to dear old Dublin in my tears. Farewell to dear old Dublin in my tears. All right, Ken. I was doing a sound check.
Thanks for that, Paddy. We say cheers to you, and we just give us a glass.
Sláinte.
Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
Now, you wouldn't believe who was at the walking in. Paddock Cullen. How are you, Paddock?
How are you, Joe?
Great to see you.
It's great to see you.
So, we're here again. We're going to interview Paddo because Paddo's part of Ballyfermot and part of the club. And unfortunately, our club is closing down.
Unfortunately.
So that's what we're here for, to talk about it. What's your memories of the club?
My memories of the club go back to when it opened first. I was playing ball for a different team, and there was a young lad called Thomas Abbey playing with me for CE in Inchicore, and then that under-12s team broke up, and then Tom came here and we went elsewhere. So then as we got older and music started becoming part of my life, we used to, we had a band organised. I was the only one from the lower end, all the rest were from the top. And we used to play in the back of Bowlands over there every Sunday afternoon. Around, I think it was around 76, 77. And basically then the club opened and we started coming in as older men playing music, and to be quite honest, it was one of the best, and probably still, it's a shame really that it's gone, because we have some fabulous memories of this club, and none more so than only quite recently when we had the Heritage Week.
Yeah.
For Liam O'Neill as well was involved in that, his family. And it was absolutely, it was around June last year, and it was absolutely fabulous. So memories are strong.
Very strong.
And will never fade.
And you played here at Ballyfermot course over the years, many times.
Many times, yeah. Many times.
It's like a second home for you.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
And all the people always welcome us, and the old dance floor here, we used to have it packed. I worked in here with a band called Replay as well.
Replay.
And we used to have it jammed. Yeah. Great times, you know.
I remember coming here many times myself, and there'd be charity gigs on, and the top of the bill would always be Paddy Sweeney and yourself.
That's right.
Sometimes we'd have Finbar reviews available. And
yeah.
You'd always come in, and I know you're doing a lot of work with Finbar. You're off climbing today. Tell us a little bit what you're doing.
We're heading to Warford now in the next hour or so, and there's a gig on down there in the Woodlands Hotel tonight, and last week he was in Galway and Killarney, and you know, so it's great to bring your talents around and be an ambassador for Ballyfermot especially.
Exactly.
Because we done a thing the other day up at the Cherry Orchard Hospital, and just to play for the people up there was amazing.
Fabulous.
Just give them a spring in their step, you know what I mean? And,
yeah, it's great to see
you know, and they're all massive up there. I have to say the staff and all looked after us great.
Fabulous people in the hospital there. We often work ourselves with the Heritage Group and that. And you have a bit of VT there, Paddy, Paddo, that we came across with yourself and Finbar.
Yeah.
Could we have a look at that?
Thank you for all the support down through the years. Thank you for being home. This song will live forever in Ballyer. Sisters, I see you on the video. Come to me, where my dreams of love arose. One last time, oh my love, you are when you are sweet, when you are sweet. him a big round of applause and join in and sing with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Come on. Happy birthday, Alfima. Happy birthday to you. One more. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Alfima. Ballyfermot, we love you.
A lot of people from Ballyfermot has moved away, Cado, and you've done a lot of travelling around the world as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, the way the situation is, as we all grew up in this area, and although it's in our blood, a lot of us had to live, and a lot have still stayed away through emigration. So it was to find work, make a couple of quid or whatever, because it just wasn't here. Do you know what I mean? So what I'd like to do is maybe do a song for them, for all the people that emigrated
From Ballyfermot?
from Ballyfermot and surrounding areas, yeah. And we'd send this out to them, and please God they'll all see it and hear it. So we'll go for a song.
What are you going to do for us?
I think an appropriate song would be Nori and Bon,
Absolutely beautiful.
because it tells the story of emigration, and I'll dedicate this to all my family and friends as well,
Lovely.
who have travelled the world. Okay,
Good man.
especially going out to my cousins over in California and Long Island in New York. Okay.
Already, Cado?
Okay. There's a spot in old Chicano. There's a wee house in the glen with well an Irish colleen who charmed the heart of man. She was written pale and hearty, shining graceful as the fawn. Neighbors loved that widow's daughter, happy laughing, Maureen born. Till they arrived a letter with their passage paid to go to the land of the Missouri, where the Mississippi flows. So she bade farewell to Aaron, and next morning at the dawn stood a broken-hearted mama, bid farewell to Noreen born. Oh, many years this mama waited, till one morning at the door stood a gorgeous looking lady. Oh, the grandest clothes she wore, saying, my mother, don't you know me? I've only cut a coat, but the purple spots upon her cheek, this sad story told. Yes, there's a graveyard in old Chicano, where the blossoms sadly wave. There's a broken-hearted mother kneeling o'er a
lone, lonely grave. Saint Doreen, is you are calling? Is long years since you have gone? Was the cry of emigration that laid you low, my Doreen born? Was the cry of emigration that laid you low, my Doreen born? My Doreen born, my
That was fantastic. So much emotion in that song, isn't it?
Yes. You heard that?
Yeah, hear me, that's why.
Rephrase that.
Absolutely great.
Fantastic.
My God.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Fantastic.
much.
Thank you for coming in to see us today.
It's been a pleasure and an honour.
Absolutely great. And we
Thank you.
appreciate that, yeah.
I'll bally you forever.
Folks, now we're going to get a few more people coming in to join us. Players out. And we have Paddy Sweeney with us, of course, and we have Paddy Cullen. And we have Ian Latin has kindly joined us today, and we have our own Willie Nolan as well. So they're going to play us out with the Dublin and Rare Old Times. Thanks, guys.
Raised on songs and stories, heroes of renown, the passing tales and glories that once was Dublin town. The hollow thoughts and houses, the haunting children's dreams that once was Dublin city in the railbound times. All right, lads. I ring a ring the rosy as the light decline. I remember Dublin city in the railbound times. I'm an invitation dancing as Dublin as can be on autumn nights in Pimlico in a house that ceased to be. Late train I was a kid upon, lost out to redundancy. Like the house that felt progress, the treasure man included Peggy dying as pretty as you please. The road the trail of Mary from the rebel liberties. I lost him to a Scottish chap with skin as black as coal. When he took her off the burning hand, he took away my soul. I ring a rosy as the light decline. I remember Dublin city in the railroad times. Very well, you rather live free. I cannot understand and watch the new glass cages that bring up the long decay. Me mind to fill up memories, too old to bear new chimes. I'm a part of declined, I remember Dublin City in the red old time. We try it again, lads. I ring the rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin City in the red old times. I remember Ballyfermot in the red old times.
You are when I close my eyes. No matter how hard I try, there you are when I close my eyes. Sometimes I go to town. The lights go down, but you always know just when to come around. Though it's over now, I want you to know what you've done to me, 'cause your memory won't let go. And there you are. I can't throw that away. Oh yeah. I've got to make you stay. How can I stand aside? And watch our good love die? Don't go down to Reno, stay another night. One night did you make me cry? I'll make you change your mind. Don't go down to Reno, stay a little longer. Oh, Las Vegas, you've been so big. Oh, city, I said, oh, what a mess I've been. Look what you've done to me. Oh, Las Vegas, I'm losing unity. But why do I stay when every game I play, I just get deeper in? Well, hey, Las Vegas, get nothing later from you. All night after night, watching the wheels turn around. Well, hey, Las Vegas, get nothing later from you. How you didn't wanna be alone. You stole my heart, but I love you just the same. The morning sun is in your face, will show you late. But that don't worry me now, 'cause in my eyes you're everything.
machine. Screaming on my Chevy and my old blue jeans. But they never killed the kids we got. Oh yeah. Running up to the crocodile rock. While the other kids was walking around the floor. We were hiding out off the crocodile rock. Stop walking, stamp your feet, so many people did me. But I knew you'd be a hell of a time, and I guess I never will. All of the mama on a Friday night, the TV on Christmas night. Crocodile, crocodile, come on, girl. Play for the sun. I sing songs of the sun. And when my job was on, I would say I love you so. And I'd like to play with more. To all your lovers for the road. Come on, we'll just pack it all together. Ah, tell me so. Yeah, just happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me. May all your dreams all the way. All that you do. Every that I will ever bring to you. And this is our last great love song that I will ever sing. Pray be silent when you hear it. Brush it down the cold. I need you to bear witness. Your this is our last great love song that I will ever sing.
I call you, I need you, my heart's fire. Come to me, wild and wild out. Give up to me. Oh, give me everything I need. Send me the best, better than all the rest. Anyone I ever met, oh, look on your eyes, and every word you say, don't tell us apart. Baby, never ever be dead. In your heart, in your mind, oh, Carol, you got me eating my heart away. Oh, you got me down my nights away. Yeah, yeah, I'm floating on the Milky Way. Oh, Carol, nobody's done it before. Oh, baby, you go to the door. Oh, Carol, you can do it some more. Well, are you ready for this? So when we started to kiss, I said a whole lot. Spend another day alone. Remember all the happiness we know. And really yesterday. Hey, we've known the world of loneliness today. We've never made the same mistake today. You would stay. It's true, I've had so many other loves to share, but I will close my eyes and you'll be there. No matter where I go, you're anywhere. I'd like to be and say how much you care. I only want to live with you again. Sugar, I love. Sugar. Hey, thank you. Their horns are black and shining, and the hoppers you could feel. Then a bolt of fear went through me as they thundered through the sky. For he saw the rain was coming high. Then I heard the mournful cry. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yo. Those riders in the sky.
Round of applause for the fine to be there, right, right. Well, now I'll sing it with you. We have a dance, we'll have a dance. Right, we're singing this year there, right? This Goose G there. He rocks in the streets up all the day long, rocking and a popping and a singing the song. All the little girls on the Gable Street love to hear the robin go, tweet, 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 robin, robin, tweet, 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 robin, robin.
Trinity, I said go rock tonight. We're in the go rock tonight. Every little trouble, every chickadee, every little bird, it's all over. So I go out to big drive road, dropping their wings, you go, go, rock and robin, treat, rock and robin, treat. You got a rock and robin, we're in the go rock tonight. Well, we let the heart blue back again. Talks about the uniform, he was back. Started over episode. The outside of the night, oh Leo, he rocks in the teeth all day long. Rocking and the bumping and the singing the song. All the little birds, the gay bird street. Look to hear the mama go, shoot, shoot, shoot. Rock the robin, street. Bring the beat, rock the robin, street. I said, go rock the rock, we're in the go rock. Are you ready? I said, tweedledee, oh, tweedledee, tweedledee, oh, tweedledee, tweedledee, oh, tweedledee, dee, dee, dee. All the love there, all that, you know what that was, right?
Let me be your little teddy bear. Put a chain around my neck.
Here we go there, right?
Be anywhere. Oh, let me be your lady.
Meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Our heart keeps smiling too, just like you used to do. Drive the blue sky and the dark clouds far away. Let's hear you. I want you, please say hello to the friend that I know, and I won't get on. They'll be happy to see I just dreaming away. I've been singing this song. Oh, we'll meet again. I don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Now on your own, right? Come on, but Jay-Z, where, oh when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling too, just like you always do. I knew you were gone. Every time far away. Here we go. I want you, please say hello to the friends that I know. Tell them I won't be long. I won't be long. They'll be happy to but you told me away. I won't sing this song. Always be me again. Because I don't know where, I don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
Some sunny
Day.
some sunny yeah.
Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company. of all the harm that e'er I've done. Alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you.